You're listening to the soothing sounds of the irritable Bosko and Spyder podcast. This program is brought to you by contributions by viewers like you. Thank you. Now, enjoy your IBS experience.
Yo! Welcome to the IBS Podcast, everybody!
What's up?
I'm Spyder with Bosko and the middleman, back with another exciting episode. Week number 4.
Number 4.
Who knew we'd make it this far?
I know, right? At this point, everyone told us that this podcast is stupid and that we should stop it.
And so we told them, no.
Joke's on them. Apparently, I've seen new people following our page like each week. I don't know how that happens, but
Brian, are you
I'm making so many fake accounts. It's actually taking up all my free time.
Yeah, like I'm running out of email address names.
Impossible.
Big white number 69, the big white 70.
That's right. That's right.
So Mike, you hit the record button, right?
I did. This week we're coming live from the zoo because of coronavirus scares amongst our beloved Bosko and a potential Brian White sickness that is yet to be determined.
Yep. I have an unknown sickness, physical and mental, so those are two separate things. But hopefully I'm better tomorrow.
All right, so what do you got? COVID.
There you go. I struggled to get to the store today. I had to pull myself out of bed and managed to get some ibuprofen and Mucinex, and I feel better now. But yeah, just aches and pains and cough. So it's it's something I get every year, pretty much. Like at least once a year I'm sick. But it's now it's if you cough or even think about coughing, people about to throw delouse you, throw what is it, lie on you? Just
The power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
Some guy from Laos comes over, smacks you in the face.
When Rico just shows up, standing next to you,
Guy in the other aisle, hears you cough. He's just
Excuse me.
I'm sure we all have this one person in our life that's a germaphobe before all this. And I used to have a guy at work, which I wish he was around now, because he would literally, you would cough, and I would cough in my office, and he'd run in there with the spray bottle and be like, "Did you cough?" And point the spray bottle at me, and I'm just yeah. He's like, "Oh," and he spray a couple times and then leave.
As always, this episode is brought to you by Bush Latte. For the ones that get it done.
That's our fourth episode. They do not know that they are the sponsors, and we appreciate it.
Yes.
We tip our cap to you.
Yes.
Brian's
got no cap. Brian's cap at the moment.
But we're also unofficially sponsored by the Alaskan Tourism Committee, Alaska. This is what it looks like.
The Aurora Borealis. It's what also Alyssa calls Mike's asshole.
That's right. And also, we are sponsored by Fort Ticonderoga pencils.
Ooh, that sounds like an actual sponsor we can get.
Right. Fort Ticonderoga, number 1. I order you to take it number 2.
It's got the Uncle Sam pointing at you.
I want you to take a number 2.
With an eraser at the end of his finger.
So for this week's episode, we definitely have some segments that we need to get ourselves into. One, of course, being the vaccine, and also we're gonna go over Christmas gift-giving stereotypes for your family, and then we're gonna close out this episode with how the NFL is going and why I don't want to watch it anymore.
Why I don't get my hopes up about fantasy football anymore.
Yes. So, I mean, let's dive right into it, ladies and gentlemen. Ba-bum. That's for me to do a good transition here.
So smooth. Just do the abrupt transitions. So yeah. And done. Conversation next.
Do one of those things that what's that show that Owen always watch with that stocks guy, the guy that's constantly being like, "Oh no, it's another bull rush, bull rush."
Yeah.
Yeah, just do a couple of his wacky sound effects every time we go into a new segment.
Or I'm thinking maybe we could do the old school Batman shows
The Roku channel. Right?
It's a giant flush every time that we go into something new. Is that too campy?
Oh.
But yes, this last week we got some good news that a vaccine is more than likely going to be introduced into the mainstream public via I'm pretty sure butt funnel at this point
Yes.
by the government. So Anthony Fauci, our resident announcer, Anthony Fauci, can tell you a little bit more about the actual vaccine itself. Is that right, Dr. Fauci?
Yes, Dr. Fauci says that there's 20 million vaccines coming from 3 different companies. And whether that has actually been determined that each company has 20 million or the combination that have yet to be approved, everybody's saying there's 20 million has been yet to be determined.
Dr. Fauci, why are you laughing during these hard times?
Well, Gavin Newsom can laugh during his apology. I can laugh during whatever the hell I want.
Dr. Fauci, why does it seem like you're always just slightly constipated during your press briefings?
Do you understand the pressures that come with being a public figure? Y'all
Dr.
don't
Fauci,
expect you to understand.
Dr. Fauci, you're just a dentist.
I was an optometrist too.
You used to have helmets back then too.
So, how likely are you guys going to be when it comes to actually getting the vaccine? And is there any worries behind it? Some bitches.
Dr. Fauci, you.
Mr. Fauci?
I have no problem getting the flu shot. It is basically just like the flu shot, but in 2 different doses from what we have determined. And Brian White also got his flu shot last week too. So maybe this sickness is part of that. Hey, you got the flu shot. You didn't react. This is a reaction to it. Who knows? It's science. Still being
Science.
It's like they didn't give Brian the actual flu shot. They just gave him like mono. It's like the first time ever that I went into the. They gave you the flu shot and then they made out with you for 20 minutes. And they're like, "Well, see you later."
They just gave you a placebo of sugar water.
This will hold over.
I knew I couldn't trust those guys at Hannaford.
That's right. Yeah, I'll probably take it. My wife doesn't have a choice.
Taking it one way or the other.
Yeah, teachers are first responders. basically in the eyes of the government. So you have to take it whether she wants to or not. Sign me up, baby.
Yeah, and I will.
What about these hotel workers that come face to face with people from all over the country, essential workers from
They're
traveling?
actually getting it last.
Yeah.
Brian, get back to work.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm actually on my lunch break. This is why we got to shorten this episode to 40 minutes. It's not
Hear like a knock on the door. Brian, please.
Yeah, that's why I don't have the background up. I'm at the front. Oh, sorry. Yes, sir. Checking in. Hold on, guys. Yeah. Yes, sir. ID and credit card, please.
Okay, you got it.
It's Bridget the Midget back again.
I tell you, so I sent my I think I had to call Alyssa's mom for some reason, and it went straight to her voicemail. So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just leave the Home Alone Kevin McAllister voicemail. And she's like, holy crap. It was fantastic.
I think you should do it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Hello.
Please enlighten us with what that voicemail sounds like.
We need a side show from the good news about the vaccine. We need more good news and some holiday cheer, Home Alone style.
Bringing Satchel Bob over here. Hey, everybody. It's like, how do you do? This is Peter McAllister, the father. I'd like a hotel room, please, with an extra large bed, a TV, and one of those little refrigerators you can open with a key. Credit card, you got it. This is what I do in my spare time, people.
Yeah. Yeah. Do it again.
It's a giraffe.
I'm sure my brother will enjoy that. That'll be his favorite 5 seconds. That's the whole thing.
That's right. Oh yeah, Chris is gonna be so excited about it.
I can only imagine. He gets excited over the littlest things, and I appreciate it. The whole time so me and Brian recently got together with his brother for a party. Not really a party.
No,
We'll call it a get-together of non-COVID related things.
Yeah, holiday protest.
Yes. So the whole time we were there, Chris was just quoting things that we were saying on the podcast, which I thought was very funny.
That's awesome. Like what?
He was just whistling the theme song every time that he was around me, and he would just be like, just randomly come over. Son of a bitch.
I love it.
Surprisingly, O-Dog has not heard the IBS podcast.
Yeah, friend is he?
I know. I did play for him the from episode number 2 where you farted into the microphone in my general direction and just started swearing at you.
Good.
He thought that was pretty funny because he heard it because we had it over the loudspeaker.
It's funny because like that show that we did was just like disgusting. First off, we had I looked at the counter and we had 40 beers, all empty of course, and it was everyone was plastered. I had so much gas. All right. My underloins.
Which brings us to our next segment.
Yes. when it comes to the holiday season here, I feel like there's a lot of like over stereotyped like presents that like the media puts out there that like people need to get for their family. And I think that I recently just saw that after like going to the mall and being bombarded with like that every time that goes somewhere, it's just like a new holiday sale, which got me thinking of like, really, does like every like wife need to get like the new pair of shoes? Does every dad need to get a tie? Like, I feel like that's what they fucking do every fucking year. And now that there's no fucking toy stores, like I don't know what to get my niece, because like that used to be like the go-to thing. But what kind of stereotypes have you guys seen recently that are like being pushed out to like specific members of the family that seem to be over stereotyped?
I mean, honestly, for me, it's always like headphones. You know, it's like
I need 2 sets of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I gotta get the Dr. Dre cordless and corded Beats. Gotta get the Skull Candy things, the JBLs, the Apples, like anything like that, like any like wireless, just anything wireless in general. Or like, it doesn't even have to be like headphones. To be like, get a wireless mouse.
Nice. This year is the thing that gets like pushed on like all of my social media and bullshit is this designer Lily Pulitzer for like girls. Just, I was looking to get
You searched it once, Mike. You searched it once, and now
I know.
There it is.
I know.
I hear
You go
what
to
you gotta
Key
do
West
these days.
one weekend, Brian, and they all of a sudden think that they need to push all these designers on me.
I hear
Oh,
all you have to do these
Guest
days.
going in too. Get another
Yeah.
guest. Get over here.
Are you a Lily fan there, Alyssa?
Well, I haven't.
Hold on. She needs a name. You're Spyder.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Middleman. I'm Bosko.
I don't like this.
Any suggestions?
Loudmouth?
I'm scared to make suggestions. Maybe we can come back to that.
We'll come back to that.
All right.
You can call her Ace.
I was just gonna say I don't own any Lily, but I do think her prints are really cute for tropical stuff. So I think there's like a time and place for it. I'm kind of finding it surprising though that it's like filling your newsfeed on like Instagram and Facebook.
Because J9 loves that. And she
Ah.
talks about it every single time I'm around her, and all of a sudden now it's all about it.
Yes. Well, I hear that Google and Facebook are always listening now. So basically,
It's true.
all you have to do is like say things, say consumer products out loud next to your husband's phone, and it will show up in his ads on Instagram and Facebook and Google. And
Sometimes I can just be thinking of something I want to go look up, and then all of a sudden I'll just go on Facebook first, and there it is in my newsfeed. And I didn't even
you said it out loud.
Every time that I'm around Brian, I just whisper into his phone, Pornhub. Pornhub.
You know what it is? Like, I bet you, like, Google and Facebook and Amazon, they are like the real life Santa Claus. They have lots of toys. They see you when you're sleeping, and they know when you're awake.
And they
know
deliver
when
it
you're
down your chimney.
happy.
They know when you've been bad or good. So please, buy more. Buy. Please, anything. Buy as much as you can.
There was, they have like a list that comes out every year, like the top toy or the top products or whatever. And I saw on there the Roomba, and I honest to goodness thought that was like a thing of the past, like. But then I saw a video with like the moving Roombas on a table of beer pong, And I was like, oh, now I know why they're being like the top products this year.
Because it's gonna be a freaking mess. That's why. There's so much like goldfish crumbs all over the floor.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about, where they put like the beer pong cups on the Roomba on the table, and it goes back and forth, like, because the Roomba can tell like where how big the table is, so it'll just go back and forth like the whole time.
No, I realized that they use it for that. You know, Brian, back in my day.
Back in my day, we had a dustpan and broom.
Yeah.
And if we didn't have that, well, my dad would turn me upside down and use my head.
That's why we had our dog.
Stick out your tongue, son.
Scruffy ate one too many staples off the floor, and he got an ulcer and died.
Oh, that's how you died. Bosko.
Poor Scruffy. Yeah, it's definitely like a lot of stuff like that, like the the watches. Which actually, so do you ever find? And this is not even like related. I mean, I guess it's somewhat related to Christmas, but just consumers in general. Like, do you ever find that like all the products nowadays, you just attach the word "smart" to it, and people just like just gravitate towards it. You got the smart glasses, smart watch, smart technology everywhere. Smart. And the guy like on the commercial.
The thing that we're gonna need is the smart tampon.
Yes. Stokes you up to the last drop.
Yes. Comes with its own video feature.
Tells you when it needs to be changed.
That's right. It gives you all this data and it sends it to the cloud.
Yes, and if you have diabetes, it will go off every 12 seconds.
So China will know about your cycle, so when they attack, it'll be right in the middle of
It's like Minority Report. It just attacks it before it even happens.
Yeah, it's like Eagle Eye.
I never saw Eagle Eye.
Oh, come on. It's like the one with Shia LaBeouf or whatever.
Disturbia?
No, Eagle Eye. It's like...
Transformers?
Oh, get out of here.
Eagle Eye.
Even Stevens?
Oh, God.
Even Stevens.
It's the movie, Mike. It's Eagle Eye.
Me and Brian were watching that trailer to Sabrina the Teenage Bitch. So that was funny. Brian today.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, the Sabrina. Magic!
Patronum! You hit my child in the face with a cup.
Magic!
Please, just this once.
Did you see that there's a new Mighty Ducks that is coming out called Game Changers?
Yeah.
With Emilio!
I'm just happy Emilio's back.
Yeah.
Did you see also that they're making a new Indiana Jones?
Yeah. Well, they better, because the last Indiana Jones was the worst. The Crystal Skull. Ugh.
Yeah.
We need more Nazis.
We need more. What was the sidekick's name that was in Temple of Doom? What was it?
Short Round.
Yeah, Short Round. We need more Short Round. Just need him to fit in like Indiana Jones, like that.
Yeah, like how many races can we offend with the next Indiana Jones?
At least
Do you think the what is it? Do you think the good old boys and the far right will be very offended by a Indiana Jones movie with Nazis in it?
yes. Isn't that what we want though? Don't we want to get those guys
It
all
is. I like.
Good for too long.
I like movies where it's like Nazis or like the Venezuelans, like whatever communist country they can insert here, and very soon, the United States will start appearing in foreign films as the bad guy.
It'd be funny if like it'd be so like 2020 if like the villain was like bad words. We're like Harrison Ford's like, hey you know, like insert a racial name. I was like, you can't say that. You cannot.
What is I-R word?
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of
You
like,
can use nerf herder.
and then like instead of like random, you know, like native tribes like chasing them like with spears, you'll have like random like feminists or like Karens chasing them. You can't say that. Like, what the hell is this place?
You'll have random teenagers like chasing them with drones. Like,
Out of here. Hey, that cost me $200. And then like no one actually helps. They're just all like filming.
All bystanders. Nice,
Yeah.
solid bystanders.
That's like what's that movie? Jason Statham. Frank?
Frank?
Yeah, something happens and everybody's like, oh, and like nobody does anything. Like he's like crashes a car or whatever. Oh, and everybody runs and screams. Nobody's like, hey man, do you need help?
I think it'll be called like Raiders of the Lost Truth. These are my truths. Yeah, whatever.
Indiana Jones and the mystery of the stolen butt plug.
Alright.
All right, give that back.
Is that where that goes?
You just see Indiana
should've-
Jones with a butt plug in one hand and like a bag of sand in the other one. Just like,
I would just love it if somebody they just insert a character like Indiana Jones's helper is like Coach Steve from Big Mouth.
Well, you know, I really think that guy's, you know, it's a really, really good idea. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, what? No.
yeah, bad impression.
Anyway, are we off topic? What was the question?
So we were going back to stereotypical presents.
Christmas presents.
We went from Christmas presents to Indiana Jones. I can see where our minds are.
Yeah. We just don't want to think about the end of the year because it's still 2020.
Yeah. Oh, and I think this year, I think my sister said, don't get my mom like candles or lotion. Well, I'm gonna get her some candles.
Get her a vacuum cleaner.
No, she's getting me a vacuum cleaner.
She just like gets you like a bunch of rags. It's like, clean up your life. Oh my god.
Yeah. You know what I've been listening to a lot is the
IBS Podcast.
well, besides IBS Podcast,
Dude, like
brought
Bush
to you by
Light.
Bush Latte, or is it Bush Light now? I forgot.
Well, it's back to Bush Light, Bush Latte.
All right.
Damn it.
But
What are you gonna get for Christmas this year, Brian?
well, I was gonna say I was listening to the Aqua Teen Hunger Force the Christmas CD, or basically it's you play it all on YouTube. It goes right in order. It's great. Unlimited minutes. Oh, we're going all night. What was that message?
Huh?
What was that message?
It pretty much just said like, hey, We're gonna let you do some stuff if you want.
It just won't be recorded.
Oh, what's he gonna do?
I think that they're extending it because it's the Christmas season and whatever. So I think we can go up to an hour.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's the anyway. Well, so yeah, I don't have anything big for Christmas. Like I said, like household things, vacuum. I did actually ask for a blender because
Ninja?
I'm slow. Yeah, sure. I don't know. I think I just said blender. And basically, it's like I'm slowly accumulating things now that I'm in more of a permanent place. So it's kind of like, what other useless things or what are other things that I'm going to use like once a year? Yeah.
Candles and hand lotion.
Yeah.
Lots of condoms.
Yeah. Use those ones.
And I'm going to get you Boggle.
Ooh, Boggle. He's really looking out for you.
All right. Gift that keeps on giving.
What's funny is Hamet left me a bunch of gifts as he left to go back to Turkey. So basically, I got like new set of Monopoly, like backgammon. He left me so much Turkish tea and Turkish coffee, like for somebody who doesn't
Turkish
drink.
Delight?
Yeah, he left me some Turkish Delight. I think I already ate all that. Yeah, you eat it, right?
According to The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, sure.
According to Mama.
What? Never read that book?
Eat it.
That's how they got the kids into the evil castle, Turkish Delight. Why do I know this? Because I got nothing better to do.
Well, neither does anybody else this year, so.
But we must all be brave, people. We must all be brave.
So brave.
Know who else needs to be brave? Kevin Coyle, because he's the hero that we need, that we don't deserve.
Not all the heroes wear capes.
Hero that his dad needs right now is possibly imagine, but we can't imagine because it's me, Kevin Coyle. And all I want for this Christmas, I don't know, more Bush Light. That's all I want.
Yeah.
Oh, that's like a redneck thing to ask for. You don't want to pay.
Give me a pack of Marlboro Reds.
I want my truck to run an extra 50,000 miles this year, and I also want my sunburn to go away, and I want my doctor to figure out what this rash is on the back.
I really want my daughter to come home.
Want my son to start talking to me again. He hasn't talked to me since he got himself a big boy job down at the plant.
Yeah, ever since he listened to that song "Cats in the Cradle," he's never come back.
I also hope that Eric Church comes out with a new CD. That's what I want for Christmas. And I want Toby Keith to not have diabetes anymore.
Eric Church has a song called "Drink in My Other Hand."
He's got his dick in his first hand.
They just double fisting.
And that's it for this segment. Ba-doom-dink. So last topic of the night, I was watching the Patriots last night lose terribly.
Yeah, that's sucked.
Oh man, that was rough as fuck. But every single time that I watch any football games recently that I've tuned into, it's always been like one-sided bullshit. Yeah. And I feel like that there's like a lot of corona going on in the ether of the NFL. And I feel like at this point, I just want the Patriots to call it a day. Like, that's all I want. Like, I'm sick of watching Cam Newton lay an egg every week.
Yeah, sometimes I can't tell which team Cam Newton's actually playing for.
Right. But
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel like there's like a lack of like super exciting games this year. Like it's either like really like one-sided or like people just give up in the fourth quarter.
Like I kind of want the I kind of want CBS to start playing the Bills games.
You gotta think though, this has gotta be like a perfect situation for both the Patriots and Cam Newton, because it's like the first season without Brady, and no one's allowed to go to the games. Half the roster dropped out because of COVID. The other half probably has COVID, and they're canceling games here and there. So it's kind of like a kind of a wash of a season. No one's really the fans don't really see this as like a real season.
Kind of like how the NBA, the Lakers won and everything, and nobody's excited about it except for Laker fans.
Yeah, right. And so for Cam, it's for someone that's rebuilding his career, he's going to a team that again, is kind of in the pits, but it's like half their roster left because of COVID. It's kind of a lost season, and he doesn't have to worry about fans throwing tomatoes at him or anything like that. So it's he has a lot of scapegoats if he wants to go to a different team and make more money. So it works well for that.
Do you know how much extra money they could have made if they had a tomato stand in the stadium that you would buy like a tomato for $1 a piece? Because it would be $1 for every tomato at Gillette. Like it'd be $22. $22
head of lettuce. Shot put.
Yeah. I always thought that'd be like really funny if they actually did that. Like if a team really started to suck, they would just like start selling vegetables for like $1 a piece, because you can buy those things for like 5 cents.
Yeah, or if you're Philly fans, you just buy a $10 beer can and throw it out of the menu.
Or a giant Bills Mafia dildo.
There used to be every time that I used to go to the Bean Pot in Boston. So it was like the round robin tournament of Harvard, BU, BC, and whatever the other team was. It's always in the Bean Pot. Ovid, yeah. There used to be always one team that used to throw a live octopus onto the ice. I forget. I think it was Harvard that used to do that when they started losing. A live octopus.
Well, by the time it gets to the ice, it's probably dead. So.
Yeah, that octopus.
I want to know what Asian restaurant gave that up to, like
Hong Kong's. When you're not getting the chicken on a stick, you're getting a full octopus.
Can you imagine if you're in college and you're just like, I would really hope that you just pick it up on the way to the game. Because, like, what if somebody was like, yeah, man, I got it. And then, like, they, like, bring it in your, like, dorm room or your apartment or whatever, and you're just like, great. What are we going to do with it for the next 3 days? Like,
Man, thanks.
First of all, you don't think that our apartment in college would be, like, advanced when people came in, they saw a live octopus just like on the Beirut table?
Well, I mean, it's kind of like when I came into our apartment in college and I saw a live fire on the Beirut table.
That was because of that drunk guy that fell off the table.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, they wait for the booze, kids.
151.
That's what we'll do for it. The fun thing about that setup too is that the fire extinguisher was hanging right above the table, so even if we had a legit fire, no one could get to it.
Knowing that place too, it was highly flammable from the beginning. So any somewhat spark of anything could have lit that place on fire anyway.
That's right. Not even a spark of love.
there was plenty of that. What are you talking about?
There's plenty of that in your room, Brian.
There's plenty of that. There was plenty of that on the couch.
Yeah, so many sparks of love.
Oh man.
Like, man, what? It's a bunch of sparks of love in this tissue. Why? I mean, what?
Whatever.
So you wanna continue to gripe about fantasy football and how it never works out the way you plan?
Yes.
What I was gonna say first is what'd be cool for halftime show is they should bring out like the cheerleaders like they usually do, as well as all the corporate sponsors.
Ooh,
Run-
yeah.
And then just gladiator style, just bring out like lions and just have them get torn to shreds. It's stadium seating, so everyone would love it.
Who is supposed to be the halftime show this year?
Oh, who was it?
Janet Jackson.
Oh, no, it was The Weeknd.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
The Weeknd.
I like The Weeknd. The Weeknd's a good guy. He's got less cool hair than he used to.
I mean,
He used to have like the Cam Newton hair, and now he just has like,
he's just got like a normal like fade.
he always just walks around and makes it look like he has a broken nose. It's kind of funny.
And a broken heart.
Yes. Mm.
Mute.
She never walked away.
Mute him.
I like the song that he has, like the not flashing lights. That's fun for us, but like blinding lights or whatever the fuck it is. So catchy.
Blinded by the light.
Rolled up like a douche. Like a dog.
Like a douche.
I used to have a snowboarding game that song was in all the time, and I used to crush it to that song all the time. You know, hitting all that gnar, all that fresh gnar. You know what I mean?
Did you ever play Cool Borders 3? It was on like the original PlayStation.
Ooh, I never had a PlayStation. I had N64, and then I went to Xbox.
It's like a Dreamcast.
At GameCube. What was that? A second Dreamcast. I had a dolphin. The original Duck Hunt.
It was yeah, they had this one level where like you would try to try to beat like an avalanche. Like all of a sudden like you just see like piles of snow like coming behind you, and you can never win. You die.
Every time.
And they die.
You ever played a game SSX Tricky?
Oh, yeah. That was the one where like you just do like 3600s.
The guy with the afro.
Say, wait, why are you binding? You're not practicing safe snowboarding practices. You're taking your bindings off as you go off the jump. What is this? Don't you know? You gotta do the pizza slices.
Yes, if you're not,
Start
you got
small.
pizza and French fry. Pizza, French fry.
If you French fry when you're supposed to pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Then you're gonna find a lot of ketchup. You don't want ketchup.
One of my favorite parts of that episode was when Cartman put the piece of like crap underneath Butter's nose, and the whole time he's just like, "Wow, Aspen smells like shit."
I love
I
stuff.
think that Cartman called it "giving Butter to the Hitler."
Yes. Yes. Actually, didn't Carmen, I think in one of the earlier episodes, like for Halloween, he dressed up as Hitler.
Yeah.
And then Chef like walks by, he's like, "What the hell?"
Oh, come on, children.
Yeah, I think yours sound a lot more like Chef. Mine sound like Hank Hill. God damn it!
What happened? You're just gonna talk like very loud. So I'm hoping that, like, so me and J9 are trying to figure out what to do for like my birthday. So we're trying to figure out like what like to. I want to go to like Stowe or like up to like White Mountains, but I feel like we would get kicked out of Stowe because we're from Massachusetts. People from hate people from Massachusetts.
I think even if COVID weren't a thing, you'd still get kicked out because you're from Massachusetts.
Pretty much, yeah. Bernie Sanders comes over and puts a boot in
Why, what you get out of here right now, out of my store. All right, everyone, get out of my store right now. Okay, get out of here. The 1/10 of 1% of 2/10 1% out of my store.
That's like 25%.
Yes, it is.
I don't know if speaking about Massachusetts things, I don't know if I sent you guys my newest favorite account on Instagram. It's called Marty with a Sign, and it's exactly what it sounds like. We're nope.
Okay.
For those listening at home, evidently it's an Instagram of Marty Walsh holding up different signs.
And for those of you not listening at home, yeah.
We're gonna release this as a behind the scenes video. You guys can all see our lovely faces because you don't already know us.
That's right.
Hey, you never know. There could be this like one person out there that like just discovered it because he went down the rabbit hole just a little too far.
There was a guy that commented on our first video at I think it was the Mike Young initial part. He put like a timestamp on our YouTube video of the time the first time he went.
Who's this?
I don't know, just some dude. I don't know. He commented and he stamped it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to pay more attention to that page because there's like things that say like boost your show for $5. I'm just like, how much of a boost is that really gonna give you? Like,
we'll put you in front of 300 other people you already know.
We can start infiltrating people's minds.
Well, that does sound fun.
We can get you in front of so many middle-aged women that would love your podcast.
Maybe we'll start coming up in people's ads on Instagram and Facebook because they'll just be talking about us and Google will be listening and they'll be like, here, you might like this. Or, oh, you already know these guys, so here, listen to the latest episode.
Because you liked AshleyMadison.com. We think that you would love the IBS podcast.
Because the only sites that you visit are porn. IBS is for you.
We saw that you recently visited AdamandEve.com. Let us introduce you to the IBS podcast with 3 people from Massachusetts and New Hampshire talking about random bullshit for an hour. That will really get you off.
Who knew from New Hampshire could be so funny?
From Manchester to somewhat close to Boston, we got you covered.
That's right.
New Hampshire Seacoast as well.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, the Seacoast.
That would be like the worst like radio tagline. It's like from Manchester to the Seacoast.
Yeah, Boston too.
You guys gotta like that.
I actually think that's 104.9 their tagline, where they're playing. But they're the station that's playing non-stop Christmas music until January 13th. Like,
And weenie in the butt, 104.9 in the morning. Girl, in the butt.
Like, That's one of like Brian's like hidden talents is like he can memorize the radio calls for like each station. It's like 93.7.
The river.
The river. It's like 96.9. The wolf. Like WOKC.
101.1 The Rock.
Rock.
Sticking it up there since 93.
Yeah, that's all you need. That's all you need is to be the Rain Man of radio. Like,
Oh yeah. 107.9 Kiss FM. Yeah. Thanks, Bono.
Fuck you too. And you too.
and Bush Latte, because they still haven't paid us anything. But
They haven't paid
They
you
are still
anything because you're not
sponsored.
repping them hard enough, Brian.
they're still our sponsor.
That's right.
With these 3 cans, they've paid me 15 cents.
In Maine, New York, Vermont.
Connecticut.
Shit. Well, I think that comes to the end of this episode of the IBS Podcast. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you guys can leave a comment in the comment section below, we appreciate it. I don't know if it does anything to boost our ratings, but if it does, you should. That's what we're here for.
The subscribe button, because I know you want more. You want more!
And
Be ready for mind control very soon. There'll be a mind control button where you'll just be able to surrender to us. Yes.
And we'll be on Amazon.
Amazon, if you're listening, I've been a good boy this year. Please send me my things that I ordered on Amazon.
Who's been a bad boy? Bad boy.
Oh no, Mr. Jones! So we'll be back next week with another episode. Not too sure what Christmas is going to bring because Christmas is on a goddamn motherfucking Friday. So we might not be able to put one out for that week, but
We're gonna put one out the night of Christmas when everyone's feeling sloppy and the day is almost over. You're like, screw it. Holidays are done.
We're gonna be live from midnight mass.
Yeah, exactly.
Midnight Mass.
Live from the pews.
Did
Did you say pews or pubes?
Straight from the pubes.
Straight out of the pubes.
That's right.
All right, everybody, thanks for listening. Till next time, Bosko!
Hey-o, middleman. And Spyder. Hey-o.
All right, peace!